Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him.
You had chicken soup.
Even.
Leave him alone.
Subject.
Friends.
Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
No, Ben, that's exactly the point. If I'm going to be in a game full of eldritch entities, I may as well have the two eldritch entities in my ears in the fucking Discord, because we've got the eldritch entity, and then we've got the she eldritch entity. Like, you know how you've got Hulk, you've got She-Hulk, you've got Batman, you've got there's always like a pairing, isn't there? Like, because reasons. Well, we've got Eldritch Man and we've got Eldritch Woman, I guess. It's like the superhero we didn't want, didn't need, but got anyway.
We're the equivalent of, we're just like, it's funny because we're not saying anything. We're just lurking and we'll just say something.
Occasional.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried
That's
out.
worse, honestly.
He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He has something in his belly.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
Pretty damn
No.
sure.
Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be
I
pregnant.
just looked at what you're
Whatever
coming up
it is,
to. Oh
this
no.
man
Woman,
has
of course
something
he's not
inside him that
pregnant,
shouldn't be.
but for fuck's sake,
We should
there's
operate
obviously
on him at
something like a
once.
parasite.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the
And
edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller
His
is
stomach
telling
has
the
5
truth.
condoms full of the best heroin Vietnam has to offer. That would explain a lot.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet,
I think
if
maybe
there
when
is a
we're
bone
ready
in this
to go
arm,
to
it's
bed.
softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation.
Sticky rings at the fingertips, soft malleable bones. He's literally turning into a squid man. The thing in his... he literally is. He's turning into a squid man.
Signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe
Is the guy
me,
on the
but
bed the guy you were just
when
playing?
I bathed him
No?
earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Body's
I almost don't
mutating,
believe it
yeah.
myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, May I know what you're doing?
Let's do it!
What I'm
Let's do
doing?
it.
How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best
I don't
available
like
care.
eyes.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not?
But no, the guy on
Those
the bed,
people are
Ben.
not your guinea pigs.
I don't recognize the name.
There.
It's not. It's a new name
What
to me.
have you seen to put you in such a state?
Why are you saying it like why would you phrase it in such a way that sounds like, you know, like a lot of guys in bed?
I like his glasses.
You like his glasses.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is not an option to compliment glasses.
Aw.
Nancy doctors always fill me with confidence. I wish I could say it was, but this is 1924, bud. That shit didn't exist for like another 20 years. Well, 15-ish. Because it's set, this is set in 1924.
Hold on a second. Look at his collar.
And it's set
That's
in
a big
America.
collar.
It's also set in America. Yeah, he's got a big ass neck. Well, hang on.
Is Harry Hill?
Right, hang on. No, Liam. You've seen his glasses. You've seen his collar. What's your deduction of this man?
It's Harry Hill.
Right now.
Big collar, got glasses on. He's a doctor. It's Harry Hill. Just older with a beard.
Thank you, Liam, for your expert deduction. But no, it is very much the stereotypical German. But this is set, I think it's off the coast of Boston, mainland Boston. There's a small island called Darktide, and it's set there, dude. It's banging the Atlantic.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really?
Sonic's enemy. Yeah, he does seem a bit
What do you
eggy.
mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Right. And considering the
Right.
shit we've seen.
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices.
He's
My
also a
word is
bit
of
of a
no
prick.
weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Hidden files are proof.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
I like this nurse. She's a nice nurse. Good on you, nurse. But yeah, no, this guy was, I think it was Mark, his name was.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
Okay. That is an apple.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody, but rest assured,
That won't.
I will.
Cool. So we gotta find a way to distract your bitch ass. Distract Donovan. Can I use the apple and wang it off the back of her head? Maybe. But somehow, I don't think the game would allow me.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who
There's
pays.
Karen, yep.
What a pest. It's so
Well, it's also
unfair.
that Nurse Donovan is the one the two gossipy ones were talking about. Wait, they mentioned the schedule. Ah, fuck. I fucked off. Okay, let's quickly talk to this one because she's on about getting punished.
An old hag. I didn't make...
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Hang in there, love.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale.
Please.
We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
To be
Anyway,
fair,
I've
from what people
learned
have
my
been saying,
lesson.
it wouldn't surprise me.
I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
So, secondary objective, cut off the water. And I'm assuming that's so Elizabeth can go and tell Donovan. Donovan can go and bitch at Elizabeth. Then we're all happy families. Kind of. Boiler room.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
Alright then, if you
I'll
think
tend
that,
to
but
it.
I'm gonna go and
Don't
find
worry.
Betty instead, and I'm going to get the key. You, Betty?
Dr. Colden.
Good night, everyone.
No. Good night.
Good night.
So this is the... Oh, Keenan Smith.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric
I'm also
wing.
gonna head off.
We've been
Alright,
following the treatment you
See ya.
prescribed.
See you
but
later.
the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Didn't mean to get into this, but apparently we're gonna
He
investigate
bit
this
his
dude.
lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Take him out back, get a shotgun, and we'll be right as rain. Then, you're going to want to go and file a Section 243B, which is an accidental death while under medical containment. Oh, you want a real answer? Okay, cool.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
What's wrong with that, Sparrow? Huh? What's wrong with that? I've seen nothing wrong with it.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan.
Please
takes the
don't
bait.
be my doctor. Well, I never said I was qualified. But they continue to ask for my opinion. Plus, you can't do it nowadays. There's too many security cameras.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Okay. Tool it is.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Wait, you're
Ethan,
Marie,
Bradley.
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Seems like an
So
affliction.
many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I
Didn't think
know yet,
I didn't
but
want this
will
conversation. I just want to go and find a fucking tool. I was just curious because I recognize the man, and now he won't shut the fuck
We
up.
don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Ah. A wrench. Steve.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Let's go back to...
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
I'm sorry. You don't know that I'm sorry, but I am sorry. And don't mind me just, like, following you. I don't know why you're going that way. The door's literally... Like, I'll meet you this side, yeah?
Mrs. Donovan?
Oh.
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files.
Oh.
I was right.
I did that by sheer fucking accident. That was quite funny then. Because I knew the type of puzzle it was going to be, but yeah.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Right. So... And again, so playing Mansions of Madness has actually helped me understand bits like this, because things like the mythos phase in Mansions of Madness when everything went wrong, so she could see the, quote marks, mythos.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins? This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later.
To get his wife
Are you
out.
prepared?
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It's fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings.
Dispose of...
Meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
So he's doing as we expected, he's murdering people.
Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
So it's very much like we expected, he's doing
I
experimentations
must
and
go
killing
back to
people.
the basement.
So now we must go down to the psychiatric wing, which is... It's not this way, no. It's not in there. Here? So, at least, let me just break down the thoughts so far. Sarah Hawkins is talented and gifted for whatever reason and can see various mythos and occult things. She could probably see and sense different things, and protections and teleportations and things being brought through her art and through her paintings. Because of this, I believe she tried to prevent things like what happened with her husband James, where he's been turned into this eldritch abomination. And I believe the fire that was caused by James that killed, quote marks, the whole Hawkins family, which we now know it didn't, was a means of covering it up. But Sarah Hawkins was given the blame for everything, and this is the perfect cover-up. Why? The question is Fuller involved, and if so, how?
Now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around.
Oh, it's Drake.
Slowly. Talk, filthy thief, or I swear I'll shoot.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead.
No, he's
No.
not.
He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
Can't just say that I was I was somebody else, because apparently I need to be a master at occultism to say that I had a experience with someone else.
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute.
Well,
she's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
I sure do. Fire away.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.